Good morning. Today we are covering the IXL skill for Monday, May 11, and the IXL skill is that you'll be able to determine whether two triangles are congruent using one of the following theorems. So that's side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side. Now, we did two of these, side, 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 and side, angle, side, and then we did another two, angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side, separately. Now we're getting a little more nimble in it, so we're going to be looking at all four of these when we take a look at the triangle problems that are in this particular section, section K5. So here are the four basic congruency rules. And if you'll remember, two triangles are congruent if they have the same size and shape. Now, here are the four common ways to prove that the two triangles are congruent, and they're the ones we're going to use. So side, 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 that means you've got three sides, and you'll notice that in corresponding places they have tick marks that are the same. So on the left side there are three tick marks, the base of this triangle there are two, and on the right hand side there's one tick mark. So that tells you you've got side, side, side congruency. And in this particular one it's side, angle, side, side, angle, side, and then of course over here angle, side, angle, and over here angle, angle, side. So notice this side does not have a congruency tick mark. It's at the very end. Okay. All right. So again, I want to remind you, use your plastic sheet if you need to. Do it with the grid, and that's certainly very useful when you're trying to do XY coordinate work. That's not necessarily required in this particular area. If you want, you can use the plain plastic side on the other side to do your work. And of course use an Expo, again, erasable marker, and erase as necessary. Okay. So here's the first problem that we're going to look at. And in this particular one, we're going to call this example 1. So for example 1, we're looking at two triangles that you'll notice are connected at one angle here. So we're going to look for congruent sides and angles in this figure. And so it's obvious that angle B and angle F are congruent because they each have one arc showing congruency. And then line segment AB and AF are congruent because they have one tick mark. But it doesn't show anything else. So this is again a reminder to you that you have to use some of the information that you already know about sides and angles. And in this case, if you'll remember, looking at this, you've got these two triangles connected by what we call a vertical angle. And vertical angles are congruent. So this vertical angle here is congruent to this vertical angle here. So now that we know that, we have an angle, a side, and an angle, angle, side, angle. Or you would actually say it in reverse because you want to keep these in order. So angle, the first side, the second angle, first angle, first side, second angle. So it's in reverse order. And so that's angle, side, angle. And so you would look for your selections down here, and here's angle, side, angle. You would click on that and click submit, and you would be done. Okay. The next example, well, here's the reasoning behind it. I didn't really get into that, so let's just show that. So if you look at this, AB is this line segment down here in the lower triangle, is congruent to AF. We talked about that. And angle ABC, so here's ABC, it's this angle here, is congruent to angle FHE. So here's FAG. So we've got, I'm sorry, not FAG. Let's see. So angle ABC is congruent to GFA. Okay. And then we also said that the two vertical angles are congruent, and that's mentioned here. And so you put these three congruency statements in order, and you end up with angle, side, angle. All right? So that's the reason that you would utilize that in this particular problem. Okay, so next example we can go through fairly quickly. We know the basics of what we're doing. So which rule explains why these two triangles are congruent? All right, so they give you again the same kind of possibility structure down here on the bottom. And again, looking at this, I see that I've got side VS and side ST. They're congruent to one another. And I've got angle VSU is congruent to angle TSU. And you can see that with, again, the two single arcs. But, you know, you'd be tempted when you look at this to say, well, there's not enough information to prove that both triangles are congruent because we only have one angle and one side. But don't forget that line segment SU is common to both of these two triangles. Okay? So when it's common like that, the reflexive property says that line segment SU is congruent to itself. So we really have line segment VS, angle VSU, and we have line segment US, and those are congruent to line segment US, angle UST, and line segment ST. And of course, again, that is side, angle, side congruency. You would click on that and you would click submit, and you would be done. So this is a pretty lightweight one, and I don't think you'll have too much trouble with it. So go ahead and work these, get them done, and tomorrow we're going to move on and we're going to look at things like perimeter, and we're going to play around a little bit with area. And that's going to take up the last of our work for this semester. So this is the very first of 5 skills that you're going to do for the last test. And the last test is going to be on Monday, May 18th. So when I say that last test, you'll be responsible for getting your skills done, the 5 skills done by that day. And at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and grade those last 5 skills, and then I can adjust your final scores. Remember that there will be no worries about you getting a score less than your 3rd quarter score. That's the very lowest you can get. So hopefully you did better than that. I know a number of you did that stuck it out, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. I'm proud of all of you for doing the best that you could do. So that's basically it, and we'll be in touch with you, of course, tomorrow with the next skill. Also, just as a reminder, I know the school district sent you an email indicating that you can come to school today to turn in uniforms and whether they're band or sports, books that you checked out, calculators you checked out, but do not turn in your laptop if you were issued a laptop or some kind of a computer. That you're going to keep until you finish your 5 final skills. So keep on going, and we look forward to seeing you soon. I hope next semester we'll be seeing you in person, but we'll do whatever it is we can do. I will be here yet next year, whether it's online or face to face. We just don't know. I love you all. I want you to know that. I think it's important to know that. I care deeply for all of you, and I wish the best for you. So have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye now.